Hey, everybody, this is Pastor D over at the Practical Podcast. I'm here alongside my lady,
Ashley?
and we are shooting episode 12 of the Practical Path Podcast. It's been one heck of a journey. What you say?
So far, yeah, it's almost over 2 months.
Yeah,
We
it's
just
been
had 2 months.
over 2 months. Yeah. We've had, what, three interviews? This is being our 12th episode. We've covered a lot of topics, a lot of ground. We still got a lot of ground to cover,
Right.
a lot of ground to cover. Um, it's a budding ministry, and we understand that. And the folks that we're looking to meet, frankly, they're hard to reach. It's a tough crowd. Um, let me ask you, what do you think of what we've been doing so far to try to reach who God has put us?
I think we've been doing all right. We haven't been going too deep into what the Bible says and
Well, yeah,
to breaking every single thing down. I think we've been okay at keeping it surface level,
okay. Well, so you're saying we
which,
should?
well, I mean, maybe go a little deeper, but we don't want to go too deep because, again, we're trying to reach the people that, sure,
Yeah,
they want this life. So if
right.
you go too deep, then it's like, nah, oh, see ya.
Okay, no, I get it. I get it. Okay, so that is going to change a little bit. Okay. Generally, guys, we don't often discuss the topics ahead of time. We don't really go into crazy amounts of discussion. We kind of pick a topic and roll with it. But we do let God lead, and if things go off the rails, then they do. It is what it is. Um, so the topic that I kind of had a quick again tete-a-tete about, okay, quick convo, confab, because we don't really talk extensively about this stuff. We'll pick a topic and hey, that's it. That's what God says go with. We try to let this be organic. We don't do a bunch of planning, a bunch of theatrics. I mean, it's a podcast, right? It's even pre-recorded. So the idea behind just letting this grow and letting it be God led and spirit led is something that we're dedicated to. I think we can say that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So welcome to episode 12, our first real controversial topic. Okay. And, we hesitated for a while, but we thought about it or to the point out. And it was about time we actually addressed a few things that are pretty high in the political realm, in the socio realm, religious realm, definitely, but something that blends all three. And no, we will never go high politics here, frankly, because we don't believe that belongs to pulpit. We don't believe that belongs, pastor to congregation. Just our opinion, it's just something. This particular topic is, it actually has a lot to do with us. It has a lot to do with our dynamic, and we just feel that it's time to just start discussing some of those things. And folks that are trying to get into the church or turned away, even those that have turned away from faith. Some of these things that we're going to discuss in the future, today and in the future, they're a big deal to them, right? And some of these topics have actually put people away. Well, we're going to deal with it from a very practical, very spirit-led way, but it's going to be honest from our perspective. Okay, so now with all that said, here's the topic: men and women's roles in the household from a religious standpoint, from a God led, spirit led standpoint. Hun, why don't you talk a little bit about our dynamic? I'll let you go first. Do most of the talking, so I'll let you go first.
So our dynamic in the household is we are two household income. We both work.
You mean
Two income.
household? There you go.
We both work, and most of that is due to we both, at the time when our relationship started, we both wanted to work. We didn't have kids at the time. I didn't necessarily see myself as a stay-at-home mom, at least in that stage of my life.
Neither did I.
And so the life that we've built since then requires two incomes. There's nothing wrong with that. That's, the lifestyle we chose, and we're both fine with that. So chores are like chores around the house. Most of that does fall onto me. If I do need help, when I'm not stubborn and being in my feelings and being like, well, he should see I need help. I ask for help, he will step in and help. Now that we have, a teenage son, he has chores, so that kind of takes some of the work off of me. But in the end, I do most of the household stuff, and he provides the protection and the income. So
What are you talking about? Look, if somebody breaks in our house, you going downstairs, not me. No, don't listen. Totally kidding. Totally kidding. What she says is true, and that's why when talk to people about her, I talk to pretty much everybody, and I say this to her face. I talk about her behind her back. I tell everyone that she's the better part of me, and I tell everybody that I hit a home run when it comes to the lady that I chose and that chose me back. And the reason for that is our dynamic works for us. It may not work for everybody, of course, but her and I are polar opposites when it comes to who we are. I'm very extroverted. I like to go out and meet people, be in the crowd, talking to folks, building bridges, relationships. That's not her strong suit. Okay. Flip side of that, she carries a wisdom that I will never carry. I'm an intelligent man. By some IQ charts, I'm a genius, but I can safely tell you this lady here has a genius that is beyond me ever. I could never match it. And when you look at how we interrelate, you people outside looking at us on paper would be like, well, wait a minute. Okay, she's semi pseudo Midwest, a little Western than Midwest, but she's there. Big family, very close knit. Me, inner city dude, uh, not as big a family, not remotely as close knit. Um, so you get that, and then hey, fact of the matter is, she's white, I'm black. Again, polar opposites. I'm tall, she's shorter. You're not short, honey. You're just shorter than me. Um,
some people still think I'm
um,
short.
fine, fine. But I mean, you can see she has a wonderful smile. She's one of the most beautiful smiles I've ever seen. But she's not the jokester. That's me. She's more reserved. And I mean, that's not necessarily an introverted thing. I know plenty of introverts that can laugh and joke and party the best of them. They just do it in an introverted way. She's just very reserved. She likes to feel people out for a while before opening up. And that's fine. Me personally, I want to draw people out. So when you look at, even our upbringings, it's just, again, on different opposite sides of a spectrum. And I just, again, being transparent, I never wanted to marry someone to do a bunch of cooking. My grandmother taught me how to cook. Don't judge me. You will, but it's okay. My grandmother taught me how to cook. My mother was not the cook of the house. She could bake her butt off, but she early 30s, late 20s, cooking was not a strong suit. Um, my grandmother taught me how to cook, learned a lot from her, and rest her soul. And that's just how it was. So uh, when it came down to, okay, who's going to lead, who's going to do this, how many children, all this stuff, we had a lot of conversations. We spent 3 years having a lot of these conversations and setting things up before we got married. And as someone that comes from my upbringing, I take a lot away from my dad. Um, Not my father, my dad, the man that raised me to be who I am. He taught me that if I find that woman that I believe is worth my life, worth, spending my life with, you do everything that you need to protect her. And while, yes, I am a fighter in general, she is not. But whether she was or not, it wouldn't matter because I will do the fighting for our family. I will be the one that steps in front of a bullet. I'll be the one that steps in front of people, someone trying to hurt them, because that's maybe a traditional role, and I do believe in traditional roles, but that's what I'm going to do. Not out of obligation, but that's because that is what I believe God divinely said. That's your role, dude. That's what you're going to do.
Speaking of that,
Yeah.
I know people would say, so what does God say about the role of the woman and the role of the man?
Hmm.
And I believe, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, you know the Bible far more than what I do, but I don't personally recall anything in the Bible specifically saying the role of the woman is this, the role of the man is this. What I remember coming across in reading is, and hearing, is both man and woman's job is to support each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think it actually defines what those roles look like. It just says you're to support, the wife is support the husband is to support the wife.
Well, it does go a little deeper than that. It's not saying that, yeah, the woman should be ready to be barefoot and pregnant in the house. It doesn't say that. But the man is biblically supposed to be the priest of the house, right?
Right.
He is supposed to lead, provide, protect, just like those shepherds who protect wolves over their sheep, right? Put their lives on the line every day. And the man should be ready to do that. Again, doesn't mean that the woman needs to be all meek and, be under the dude's boot or anything like that. I can safely tell you that's not the case here. Um, while in general, the final decisions do default to me in general. Um, I don't do crazy things with our finances or, with whatever we're going to do without her knowing. There are times where I do make a decision and, it's, hey, let's go, we're doing this. But there's a reason behind it and she knows it because I'll tell her. I am not, I am not of the interpretation of those roles in the Bible that woman do as I say and shut up. That is unless it's a July 4th thing and she's more worried about her shoes than
Oh,
getting away
stop
from
it.
people being.
Don't even,
But
don't
the
even go there.
but the people
Stop,
they were shooting.
stop.
They
We're not going there.
No, okay. Another day, another day, another day,
As Dustin says, that's a story for another day.
another day, another day. But I generally speaking, yes, I believe guys should lead, and I do believe that ladies should be submissive. But at the end of the day, the guy is submissive to his wife in a different way, meaning that there's counsel that she can give that he just doesn't have access to. There's leadership that she brings in a different way than the way a man would. Um, part of this whole thing in society today are men and women equal? And again, this is me speaking from me. I'm not speaking from a biblical standpoint. What I'm about to say. Um, I know for a fact that we put our arms on here, we're gonna wrestle her down. Right? That's reality. I'm bigger in the upper body and everything. But I also know that if, for the sake of saying it, that I didn't have a job, I couldn't work, let's say something cut my legs off, so I couldn't work anymore. I do know that she can carry more on her, she can carry all of us on her back because of who she is and because of what the power that God gave her. And that's got nothing to do with me. It's all her. So I don't look at women as inferior, as a lot of the guys in the podcast do, and all they hate feminism and everything. I can't stand feminism either, but I don't believe that women are inferior to men. I don't believe it in personally. I don't believe it politically. I don't believe it societally. I don't believe it religiously. I don't believe God placed women beneath men. I believe God placed women beside men. The way that we support each other is different. I don't want, I don't want to have an aggressiveness from her. If I did that, I would have married a guy. I don't want hardness from her. If I did, I would have married a guy. I don't want general masculine traits in her. I would have married that. At the same token, I mean, do you want me wearing heels and a skirt? I mean,
No.
you sure? I mean, I can sway the hips and everything if you want me to. No, no swaying. Then?
I want the man that can show his protectiveness and he can put his emotions on the back burner when things are getting tough and you have to, and it may not be from outside influence, but just stuff going on inside your house, inside your marriage. I don't want that man that's going to break down and cry every time something goes wrong and would have the same reaction to it that I would. Because that doesn't make me feel safe that he will make sure that we get through this. To me, that would say the opposite. It would be like, I feel the same way as you are. We're going to crumble. We're going to end. This is it. That doesn't help me because then you got two blubbering idiots and nothing usually gets accomplished in those situations. So for me, I like that he can put his emotions off to the side during those tough times and those conversations. So I at least know, okay, if I can't get myself together, I at least have him to lean on until I can get myself together.
You can bet on that every day. You can bet on that. So, guys, that's the topic for today. I know we went a little bit long. It's going to be about 18 minutes instead of 15, but it's an important topic because men and women today are at war for some reason or other. Ladies, guys, I'm talking to both of you. Stop it. We're meant to help each other. We're meant to be there for each other. Men, step up and be men. It's okay. Ladies, it's okay to be ladies. You want to go pursue jobs, pursue money, pursue all that? Great, more power to you. It does come with latent consequences. Trying to attract a guy, that's going to be whatever kind of guy you want him to be. And more often than not, we don't want to have an aggressive lady that wants to compete with us because it's not a competition. It's not meant to be.
Partnership.
I hate that word. But I mean, it is, but I really hate that word. I would never call her my partner. Never. I didn't marry a partner. I married a wife. And please, you ever call me that?
Well, I'm not calling you that. I'm saying the relationship between husband and wife is a partnership. It's not a competition, as you said.
Yeah.
It's a partnership. So I don't know what other word you use to describe partnership, but that is what it is. So move along.
Call me a partner. Call me that. It's like those words: partnership, journey, energy, space. I don't use those words. I don't cater to it. The ultimate end. She's my wife, and I support her. She supports me. We back each other up through thick and thin, and I love her very much.
I feel like I gotta say I love you too.
You better bet you do, please.
Well, this is the practical path. I hope everybody has a good week.
We're out.